So multiplying these guys, it's just distributive property. You're going to distribute the x to the x to the 4, also the 2 to the x, and the 2 to the 4. So when you distribute those guys, you get x times the x. What's that going to give you? X squared. Okay. Distribute the x to the 4. That's going to give you what? Plus 4x. And now we'll go to the second term. 2, distribute it to the x. That's going to give you what? Plus 2x. And then distribute the 2 to the 4. And that's going to be plus what? 8. Okay? Now, from here, you just simply simplify, combine your terms. We don't have anything to combine with x squared. So it's going to stay x squared. Let's combine our x terms, which is 4x and 2x, which is going to be what? 6x. So plus 6x. And then plus what? 8. Okay? But let's look at number 4, guys, now. We've got a couple different operations here. Instead of both of them in addition in those binomials, we have an addition and a subtraction. Okay? Okay? We have x that's going to be distributed to the x, and the x to the negative 2, and then also the 5 to the x, and the 5 to the negative 2. Now, you guys don't have to show that with your arrows, but just know that it is the distributive property. So x times the x is going to be what? X squared. X times negative 2. Negative 2x. 5 distributed to the x is going to be plus 5x. And then 5 times the negative 2 is negative 10. Okay? All right, then simply combine our terms from here. Nothing to combine with x squared. Negative 2 plus 5 is going to be 3x. So plus 3x minus 10. Okay? We go with that. 5 and 6 are the same. Again, the variables are just interchanged. But let's look at number 7. All right, here again, we're distributing the w to the w to the negative 3, negative 2 to the w, and the negative 2 to the negative 3. Okay? So we've got w times w is going to be w squared. W to the negative 3 is going to be negative 3w. All right, distribute the negative 2 to the w. Negative 2w. And then negative 2 to the negative 3 is positive 6. All right, combine our terms. Yep, w squared. Negative 3 minus 2. Negative 5w. And plus 6. Everybody good so far? All right. Let's go to Tim. All right. 4x minus 7, x plus 3. Now we've got a coefficient with one of our variables, but we're still just going to distribute. So here, here, and then the negative 7 to the x and to the 3. All right, so we've got 4x times x is going to be what? 4x squared. All right, 4x times the 3, 12x, so plus 12x. All right, negative 7 times x, minus 7x. And then negative 7 times the 3 is negative 21. From here, let's combine our terms. 4x squared. And we got 12 minus 7. 5x, excuse me, plus 5x minus 21. All right, everybody good there? Okay. All right, let's look over at 11. Not a whole lot different here, guys, except now we've added in some extra variables. Instead of it being a single one, now we've got two. However, we'll still distribute like normal. Here, here, and here to there. So we've got 2a times a is going to be what? 2a squared. Now, 2a times the negative 4b. Negative 8ab. Good. Now come back and distribute the 5b to the a. Plus, be careful here, plus 5ab. Remember, standard form, got to be in alphabetical order. So just don't put the B, A, got to be in standard form. Okay? All right, and then we have 5b times the negative 4b minus 20b what? Squared. Good? All right, from there, combine our terms. Don't have anything for the 2a squared, so 2a squared. Negative 8ab plus 5. Negative 3ab. And then minus 20b squared. All right, 22, we have a binomial that has been squared. When you have a number, or really anything, a term, a value that has been squared, how many of them are there? There's two of them. So really, the first thing that we have to do here is write out that there's two of them. So we're going to have x plus 4 with an additional x plus 4. Okay? We go ahead. Let's distribute those. So we know we're going to have x times x is going to be what? X squared. X times the 4 plus 4x. Distribute the 4 across, so 4 times x again is going to be what? Plus 4x. And then 4 times 4? 16. All right. From there, combine our terms. And we should end up with x squared plus 8x plus what? 16. We good there? Good. All right, now I want to look at 23, and I simply just want us to write it out before we distribute it. Okay? So we will have 2m minus what? 5 again, and then in parentheses it will be 2m minus 5 again. We good? All right, and then let's also do 24. A plus 3b squared, parentheses a plus 3b, close parentheses, and then again a plus 3b, close parentheses. All right, so here we're going to be multiplying binomials times trinomials. It's no different than it was with binomials times binomials. We are still going to use the distributive property. Okay? So however, wherever you want to put that, just make sure, guys, you know we're still distributing. It's not going to change. Okay? We will distribute the x to the first term, the second term, and the third term. Okay? And then also we will distribute the 4 to the first term, second term, and third term. Okay? So looking at this, we have x times x squared. That's going to be x to the what? Third. Nope, undo. Good. All right, then we have x times 3x is going to be what? Plus 3x squared. Oop. Okay, then we have x times the negative 6 minus 6x, or negative 6x. Okay, now let's distribute the 4. 4 times x squared is going to be plus 4x squared to the second. Good. Then we have 4 times that 3x is going to be what? Plus 12x. And then 4 times that negative 6 is going to be minus what? 24. We good? All right. Now, from there, we just have to combine our terms. Should be pretty simple. Remember, it goes alphabetical order and then to the highest exponent. Okay? So, we don't have anything to combine with the x third. And again, you guys know my suggestion is cross those out once we're done with them so you don't get mixed up. Okay? So then we have x to the third. After that, let's combine our x squares. So 3x squared plus 4x squared is going to be 7x squared. Again, I'm going to simply go back, cross those out. Good. And then we have a negative 6x plus 12x is going to be plus 6x. And then simply the last term that we have is going to be minus what? 24.